So apparently there's an Instagram account called Hot Dudes Reading that has over 1.2 million followers. And I have to say that in today's day and age, it is refreshing to see that there are a group of people that appreciate a man who cultivates his mind. And let's be clear, the followers of this account aren't afraid to say what they think. OMG, I want to grab this man right now and bring him to my private library. I'm getting hot looking at this man read. I need to find the boyfriend. He is so hot, I mean well-read. So why does reading a book make a man attractive? Because it's one of those signals to a lot of women that you are an intelligent person, that you are intellectually curious. And let's be clear, not every woman is going to be turned on by this, but if you happen to be reading a book from a genre or a particular author that she likes, you bet she's going to take notice. What do you think, gents? Did this level up my attractiveness? The next masculine habit that women find incredibly attractive, being assertive. Being a take charge kind of guy. Now let's be clear, there's a big difference between being assertive and being someone that is a control freak. Now I get it, a lot of guys are hesitant about being assertive because it can come off as being bossy, as being manipulative, as being someone that has to take control of another person, and a lot of women that turns them off. That's not what we're talking about. No, to be assertive is just to be somebody that brings a plan. Of course, you're checking with the other person, you're making sure they're on board, but instead of just asking them, hey, what do you want to do for dinner tonight? You actually say, hey, there's this great place I've been wanting to try. I've heard great things, maybe break out a little bit of the menu. I know that you like this particular type of food. How about, we go ahead and set something up? In fact, I've already made a reservation for us. Of course, I can cancel if you want to do something else, but I wanted to make it easy for you. Now, if you're in a new relationship, communication is key. You want to make sure you're on the same page, that you understand what they're thinking. Don't rely on telepathy. It never works out. You want to understand, okay, are they cool with this? Are they on board? And you want to communicate what you're trying to do. That being said, once you've had a relationship with somebody, I find that we kind of fit into dynamics. With my wife and I am the one that is more assertive, plans things out. That being said, certain areas she's got control of, and I'm perfectly fine with that. All that being said, in general, the research shows that men usually take more of the dominant role. So don't be afraid to step up. Again, you're not telling everyone what to do. You're just simply showing up with an idea, with a plan, making it easy for everyone. And who doesn't appreciate that? The next masculine habit that makes you wildly more attractive, exercise. And the key here is to do it first thing in the morning. Now, of course, working out in the evening is great and can get you almost all the same benefits, but there are a couple bonuses when you work out first thing in the morning, especially with cardio. What you're getting is the endorphins are hitting you. You are going to feel more euphoric. Basically, you're going to be happier all morning, and your skin is going to glow because the blood flow to your skin right there first thing in the morning is going to make you look more youthful, is going to make you look healthier. Now, I know a lot of you guys, me included, have excuses on why we don't do cardio first thing in the morning. I live in Wisconsin. There's ice. There's snow outside. Where am I going to go running? I don't have time. I've got 7 kids in my house. Well, that's why, gents, I'm proud to bring you today's sponsor, Cross Rope. This is not your grandfather's jump rope. No, this right here, they've got 2,000 workouts that you can actually use with a variety of different ropes, different weights, different workouts, different levels of intensity. Now, gents, over the last few years, connected and personalized fitness has become all the rage, but a lot of those products are priced incredibly high. If you go over to Cross Rope, check out their new amp handles. These right here, they're Bluetooth connected. They connect right to the app. You're able to go in there and see your workout in real time and actually be able to see the different types of jumps that you can do with the different weights of rope. And gents, I want to stress how easy this is to use. You've got the rope, you've got the app, you connect the two, and you start your workout. And my favorite part, again, is you can track your progress. You can actually see how many calories are burned. So you can start to challenge yourself. You can try to beat your own records. Guys, it is really cool to be able to see that personalization and the gamification of the tracking. And really quick, 2 other things I want to stress. First up, the cost. This is a fraction of the cost of a lot of those other systems out there, so you're getting a great deal. And if you already had Cross Ropes, you could actually just upgrade the amp handles, and you can use all the same ropes, so they're all interchangeable. But I also love the portability. So if I'm traveling, I can take my ropes with me. I can do it pretty much anywhere. Down in my basement, in my garage, here in the office, guys, I can get a workout any place, anytime. All right, gentlemen, so you know how this works. Go to crossrope.com/RMRS2 to be able to save money. This is a special link for a limited time. Go over and check out and grab your amp system. Really, it's simple. It's easy to use. It is a really cool way to be able to get a quick cardio workout in. I love it. So this next masculine habit popped up on list after list after list. I read it in articles. I saw it pop up in Reddit. Tons of women were just like, if a man can do this, it just makes him so much more attractive. And I kept seeing it, and it seems so simple, but so few guys actually understand the basics, what am I talking about, of cooking. Now, yes, you can maybe make some top ramen, maybe you can cook mac and cheese, make peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Guys, that's not cooking. You want to learn how to actually make food taste great. Because first up, who cares that it's attractive? This is what's going into your body. And getting back to the whole fitness thing, you cannot outrun or outjump a bad diet. When you put good food, guess what? Not only does it take care of your body, make sure you stay in great shape and don't become overweight, but it tastes amazing when you learn how to cook it. And it took me years to figure this out, that actually cooking meats at different temperatures and searing it, adding different spices, sometimes nothing big, just a little bit of salt, a little bit of different peppers, all of a sudden could pull out the flavors. And it's something, man, I wish I would have learned this a lot sooner. I would have probably saved a lot of money, and actually you can buy less expensive meats and you can make them taste amazing. You can get different textures from meats. And it doesn't have to stop with meats, but I find that most of us are gravitated towards, at least me, barbecue. I grew up in Texas. And there's just so many different ways that you can cook different types of meats. But guys, it applies to vegetables. It applies to all different types of pastas. And when you start to be able to combine this and you understand the way cooking works, guys, you understand there's a whole science. There's a reason that there are the culinary arts. And if nothing else, maybe take a few classes. You'd be surprised how many women are taking classes at these culinary schools. It's a great place to meet people, but it's also a great way to just further your own education on something that 3 times a day you're feeding your body here. So why not put in great things, and it'll end up saving you tons of money. Again, when you can spot great ingredients, you can put together just certain things that has people just drop in their mouths where they're like, wow, you cooked this? And it's like, yeah, I did. So dovetailing off that cooking point, let's get into a bigger thing that I see so many men drop the ball on nowadays. And I get it, because it seems like it's cheaper to outsource a lot of things or hire somebody to fix your car or come in and fix your house, change out that water heater. Here's the thing. Self-reliance, incredibly sexy and attractive. Women love it when a man goes in with his tools and just fixes something. Yet, I think it's like 70% of men under the age of 25 do not own a set of tools. And I'm not saying that you got to go out there and buy a really nice set. I am saying become curious. Try to figure out, okay, before you call, yes, and he's not going to probably show up for 2 to 3 days to fix that water heater anyway. So guess what? In the meantime, can you actually play around? Can you, yes, turn off the electricity. Yes, make sure that you are safe here. But Google, just check out a YouTube video, and all of a sudden you're going to find, you know, I can troubleshoot this. Maybe it was just a fuse. Maybe it was just a wire that burnt out. Maybe there's something, maybe you can actually solve it. Worst case, you're not going to be able to. The guy will show up to repair, but hopefully you'll be able to find that one thing and say, you know what, if I just switched this out, you'd be amazed at what you're capable of doing, especially if you've got a critical mind on you. You actually can do a little bit of deductive reasoning. That right there is all you need to be able to figure out most problems that are mechanical. And the best part about this, even when you're able to do it on a small scale, like changing your oil or actually just maybe checking your oil, all of a sudden you become more familiar with these things. You're less hesitant to give it a shot, and those small wins turn into bigger wins. All of a sudden you're actually going out there and you're building something, because it starts with those small victories that you feel that confidence come in, and yeah, you're not afraid. You realize how capable you are. Now, gentlemen, if you're enjoying today's video, do me a favor and smash the like button. By doing this, somewhere some guy stops wearing square-toed shoes. This makes a difference. Now, I don't think that happens at all, but I'd like to think if more guys found my videos, they'd dress better, and that's a nice thing, right? So appreciate it, guys. When you engage with the videos, it helps them reach more people. All right, gents, so moving on to the next wildly attractive masculine habit. I actually just mentioned it. What am I talking about? Confidence. So confidence is just simply a belief in yourself. Now, you definitely can be overconfident, but I find a lot of especially younger men are just simply, they don't believe in themselves. They haven't had enough small victories to feel that they can step up. But people want somebody that's confident. Even when you don't know necessarily the answer, you can still have a bit of confidence knowing that you've got the tools. You've got the ability to figure things out and overcome. Now, talking specifically why women are drawn to a confident man, because he instills a sense of security. And this is something innately that many women want. Maybe they've got a lot of things going on in their life. They actually don't have maybe a lot of security. But when you're confident in that situation, it gives them a feeling of rest. And other men, by the way, are attracted to a man that's confident, because we want to be able to sometimes let down our guard. Know that, hey, this guy, he's driving. That's why I like driving around with a few of my friends. They know where they're going, and I pass on. I'm confident they're going to get us from point A to point B, even though sometimes they're a little erratic in their driving. But that's a small example of maybe bigger things, and we want to be around people that are competent, people that have it, people that we can trust to get the job done. The next masculine habit that women find incredibly attractive: having ambition, having a passion, having something that you get excited about. I know for me, it's about helping men. That's what this channel is about. It's about guys that find this, they learn how to dress well, maybe for the first time. All of a sudden, they start thinking about how to improve their confidence. They take steps in that direction. They become the men they know themselves to be. That's what I stand for. When I talk to people about it, they can feel my passion. Hopefully it comes across in the videos. Guys, you want to have something that drives you. Maybe it's collecting, I don't know, old books. Maybe it's you like World War II memorabilia. Maybe it's something you just like studying history. You like dressing well. You're big into shoes or fragrances or maybe watches or cameras. Whatever your passion is, don't be afraid to share it with other people. Find other people that are passionate about it. And don't be afraid to build new passions. I talked about dancing. I know a lot of guys aren't into dancing, but guess what? If you want to meet the ladies, if you want to expand the people that you are around, go do something that you have never done before. I love dancing because you need a partner a lot of times, and most of the people learning to dance are women. And so, why not put yourself in that situation? You're going to find a shared passion is something that women and other men, by the way, find incredibly attractive about others. Now, this next habit is one I think the English have pretty much mastered. Have you ever noticed any English guys, you come over to the United States, what happens? The ladies absolutely love you. Yes, they love the accent, but more than that, they love the self-depreciating humor. Now, humor is interesting because there's all different types, and it is one of the more difficult things for a human being to learn. Why? Especially at the higher levels, because it requires high levels of intelligence. You need to be able to judge the situation, judge the people, and you are taking a chance. Because a lot of times with humor, it doesn't work out. People don't laugh. You got to be able to move on. It's a practiced thing. And people that have mastered high level of humor, which is sarcasm, which is saying something and being able to get people to think they can't even tell if you're joking, dry humor. That type of humor is very attractive because it signals levels of intelligence. But self-depreciating humor, done right, not only signals that you are intelligent, but it also signals that you are confident enough in your abilities and who you are that you don't mind even taking a jab at yourself. Now, I do want to warn you, if you've got a low level of confidence, if you are doing too much self-depreciating humor, it can actually backfire and it can lower your status in people's eyes. But when you do it sparingly, when you do it masterfully, when you actually understand how to use this particular skill, it is incredibly powerful. That being said, I do think a dry sense of humor can make you very attractive. Again, it requires a higher level of intelligence. What you want to be careful of is lowbrow humor. That's going to be slapstick. That's going to be doing something physically and trying to get people to laugh at you. That type of humor is always viewed as, yeah, it's Rob Schneider type stuff. You don't want to be there. All right, gentlemen, so what video to watch next? How about the #1 rule to looking like a badass? There's probably a #2 rule, but actually I break out a number of rules to looking like a badass. I think I do a pretty good job. One of them wearing a nice leather jacket like this. But seriously, guys, enjoy the video. It's right here. Click on it. You'll magically go to the video.